And we're back live again. Black Game Pro Mixer. Oh, not Black Game Pro Mixer. That was previously. It's a Black Game Pro session, episode number 2. We're back. First of all, for people that joined last time, for people that are joining today, thank you so much for joining. Last episode with Theo, we have people from the States, we have people from Nigeria, we have people from France, we have people from Brazil. It was great to see kind of a global audience together and celebrating this new thing that we're trying to build here with the Black Game Pro sessions. It's really where we try to amplify Black voices in gaming and share the stories that deserve a bigger stage. Today's guest, because nobody really wants to hear me talk, today's guest, she really didn't wait for her invitation. She created her own. She's the founder of Melanin Gamers, a global community redefining what representation in our industry. She's been active from the UK to Ghana, from panels to tournaments, and she's proven that visibility is not optional. It's survival. She actually interviewed me 6 years ago for her website, and now she's here with us. Black Game Pro sessions. So please, Black Game Pros, join me, welcoming the superhero herself, Annabel Ashalley-Anthony. Hello.
Hey there.
Thank you so much. You're
Thank
here.
you.
We're here.
Thank you for having me here.
Of course. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I think the last time that we saw each other in person was Gamescom last year, where I had to sit down with you and your brother. It was great to meet him in person as well, because I hadn't met him before. And now you're here. My second guest for this series that I'm trying to create, where we amplify Black voices like yours, because I think your story deserves amplification, if we can.
I mean, you're not trying to create it; you have created it.
Yeah, I'm doing my best. So how have you been?
I've been good. I can't complain. I mean, I can complain, but I won't complain. I've been good.
I mean, that's also something that I always say. It's like, I'm always good. I'm always good. Even when things might not always be good, everything is good, right?
True.
We keep on building. So how I would like to start this kind of conversation of ours is by kind of a rapid fire questions to warm up the vocal cords and get into the vibe of answering questions. So are you ready, Annabel?
I am very ready.
All right, so first question, an easy one. Preference of console. Are you Xbox, PlayStation, PC, Wii, Switch?
I am PlayStation.
You are PlayStation.
Yes. I don't believe in console wars, but I have a preference to PlayStation because that's what I grew up on.
Fair enough. All right, so that links to the next question. Favorite game growing up?
Oof, favorite game growing up. I want to give it. That's a difficult one. I want to say The Sims. I'll give it to The Sims. Yeah, I know. You expect me to say Assassin's Creed? It's very close.
No.
That's because I'm a stan. I'm an NC stan, but I want to say The Sims really changed. Like, it helps me a lot with different things. The story.
I mean, honestly, I enjoyed The Sims as well. And when I played that a lot as well, because it was one of the few games that my PC at that time could actually play. But I enjoyed that. So it's all good. Sims is great, especially the Sim language was weird.
Simlish.
Exactly. All right, next question. The first gaming convention that you ever attended.
I want to say it was Comic-Con. I think it was Comic-Con. Yeah, it has to be Comic-Con.
All right.
As a guest.
All right. Okay. Next question. A song that instantly hypes you up. Your favorite song. The thing that you can listen to every day.
My favorite song, or the song that hypes me up?
The song that hypes you up. Okay, fair enough.
The song that hypes me up would be Beyonce Alien Superstar.
That's a good one. Okay, that is a quite hype song indeed. Do you have a guilty pleasure game?
A guilty pleasure game. I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure to play the game, but I don't know. I want to say it's like Cake Mania on the DS Lite.
That's fine. I mean, my guilty pleasure. I mean, okay, let me. My guilty pleasure game would be kind of like a Just Dance kind of game, where I act like a fool, and it's a game that you probably better play when you're drunk.
Then I would say SingStar.
Ooh, wow! I haven't played that in a long time. Wow. Okay. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
I'm definitely a night owl. My gosh, a night owl.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right, living in the night. Okay, perfect. And then the final one, and then I think we were warmed up. The best snack during a marathon of gaming, when you were like playing The Sims for hours on end.
Oh my days, popcorn. Popcorn immediately. I want to say pretzels, but it's definitely popcorn.
But what flavor popcorn though?
It's different. I like salt, sweet, and toffee, but we have like a giant popcorn. My sister makes it here. Like, we love popcorn in this household.
Actually, I watched a video yesterday on YouTube on how to make the best popcorn. Anyway, I was like, how to make like the movie theater style popcorn. Apparently, there's an entire process for that.
Oh, that is
yeah, I didn't know. For me, it's like
we use 3 different oils.
Exactly. Okay, well, you already knew. I learned something yesterday. I felt very smart. I just throw my popcorn in a pan and
Oh no.
Take it from there. Apparently, that was not the right way. All right, I think we're warmed up. So let's dive into an actual conversation, the actual session, where I want to start with basically taking it back. Melanin Gamers. Like, what's the before that? What's the first thing that pulled you into gaming?
What pulled me into gaming was the story. So I have sickle anemia, and so I spent a lot of time in hospital and a lot of time on my hands, not being able to, I guess, see other people because I was immunocompromised. Basically, I wasn't able to be around a lot of people. So that's why I like storytelling. I fell into books, and then I found that a game was just like a book you could read, you could play. That it was a very similar concept, which is why I like storytelling in different mediums, and gaming is one of my favorite mediums to enjoy storytelling.
And was there a game at that time that you like played that you have like memories of like that helped me through this probably difficult period in the hospitals?
AC2. I love Ezio's story so much. I just like was immersed. I was like, this is amazing. I feel like I'm in Rome, which is why one of the reasons why I visited Rome was
oh yeah, I remember you telling me that story, or yes.
Twice. Just to check out the buildings I'd climbed. And it was like, this is so cool. I love this space. I love the immersion. I didn't have to be in hospital. I could be an assassin, so strong and doing all of these sort of things. And it's why it has like a very special place in my heart, because it really helped me through a lot of times. I was like, I don't have to be Annabel. I can be Ezio, and Ezio is really cool.
Indeed, Ezio was cool. He was a suave kind of guy. Actually, little side story on my end. I've been dabbling a lot on like AI and that kind of stuff, and I actually build a custom Ezio GPT. I'll share a private link with you.
Yes,
you can have a conversation with Ezio. It's super fun. It's super fun. It's a little awkward, but super fun. Anyway, from gaming to representation, when did you first realize that the representation in gaming isn't where it should be? I mean, Ezio, it's not it's a white guy, Italian guy. What was that spark moment for you? Where you were like, hey, there is something.
I think it was playing with others that told me that, this is I feel like I came through it slowly because I was consuming a lot of media of like books, and it was just like, the default, the guy walks in the room. I was like, what color is this guy? This guy is this is a white guy, isn't it? Because then I would see the black guy walked into the room. I was like, oh, okay. So the first guy was why. And then it was like, oh, whenever we were mentioned, there was a reason that a black person or woman was there, and it was just like, and they weren't always there. I was just like, oh, is this a thing? I was just like, this is a thing where we're not really given a time of day, and I didn't like that because I was like, I loved this thing so much, and I was just like, it would also be nice to see myself represented. Not that I couldn't empathize with all the characters, but I was just like, no one. I was like, this is weird. And it's because I was reading so much, I was playing so many games, I was watching loads of movies, that I could see that it was lacking on all points. And I was like, this is not good. Something needs to be done.
So then you decided to build something by yourself. I mean, or was that kind of like the aha moment where you were like, there's something missing, and since it's not happening, I'll build it myself? Or
that came to me slowly. I wasn't immediately like, let me do it myself. Like, I was just like,
I don't know.
I was like, is this a me thing, or is it like a? So I have a lot of friends who are gamers, and so they were all complaining, oh, there's not enough of this. I was like, oh, okay, so it's a worldwide phenomenon, and I think so I was thinking we should do something about this. We're always like just talking, because we like come together at like each other's houses and game. Oh, why don't they have representation? And then everyone goes home and we don't. I was like, we are always talking, having the same conversations over and over again. We're obviously annoyed about it. But it wasn't like something happened to my brother. Like, he was trying to reach Grandmaster in Overwatch, and he Alan, this brother is Alan. I have another brother, Adam, and a sister, Alex. So Alan was trying to reach Grandmaster. You know how difficult that is. It's like creme de la creme Overwatch. He was close, and he had a team with him. And the team were being racist. His own team, not the enemy team.
Really?
And I was like, but that's your team. And I felt two ways about it, because I'm like, he really wants Grandmaster, but this team is bad. So my sister, she came and overheard, and she was like, what is this? What's happening? And then she told our parents, and then they banned him off the game, because of course, why would they want their child to be playing a game that hits? And my brother was like to me, who wins if I stop playing? And those were like, that was like, oh, because it's like he's being punished. And Adam, our youngest brother, when he started getting bullied in school, and he didn't say anything because he saw what happened to Alan. Like, there was something wrong with him. That's why he deserves to get bullied. And I was like, oh, no, absolutely not. Wow. You cannot think that way. But of course, that makes sense, because what happens in the games, mute your mic, do this, do that. It's you who have to change, and then the bully gets away with doing whatever they want. And I was like, this can't go on. We have to do something about this. It's not possible that this is just accepted as gamers. So
Agreed. So, and that was the moment that Melanin Gamers was born, or did that?
That was the moment when I was like, I'm going to do something, but I was just like, what should I do?
Yeah. So how did you get to from? Because I know a lot of people that, ideas are plentiful, but then turning these ideas into actionable things, that's a different thing. So how did you get from that moment of like, I need to do something, to actually making it happen?
I guess it was getting more people to realize this and putting on events. So I started small, because obviously I knew a lot of gamers already, because mostly my friends, and then I was just like, you guys come to this event, let's just talk about what's happening in the gaming industry, and let's play some games together. So I started putting on like smaller, like local events at my like community hall and stuff like that. And I was just like, I need to be speaking to more people about this. So I should do like a talk about what's happening, so like to raise awareness kind of thing. And I guess raising awareness was something that I'd done before, because I have sickle cell. I speak on I talk about how much raising awareness is important. And so I was just like, well, to solve a problem, you have to talk about it first. Talking about a problem, letting other people know there is a problem, and then we can find a solution. So I started like the smaller events, and I was like, we should go to like where loads of gamers gather, like EGX, like that. And so I applied. I was like, I want to do a talk at EGX, and so I applied for a talk at EGX to talk about this thing, and let me get other people.
So sorry to interrupt you, because you're like yada yadaing over some important things. Like, okay, so you applied for a talk. How did you went to the website, you saw like, okay, we're looking for speakers.
Yeah. So I put into Google, I think, gaming conventions, because I was like, I have to talk about where loads of gamers gather. So gaming conventions, I need to do a talk. EGX popped up, and I was like, oh, I know EGX. I know they do a lot of really good talks there and stuff like that. And so I put together a talk, what I wanted to say, how I wanted to say, all of that sort of stuff. And then I applied on the website, and they were just like, yes, we would love for you to come to do this talk. And then I reached out to other people I knew who were in the industry. LinkedIn is your best friend in that regard.
Amen.
LinkedIn is your best friend because for the most part, everyone I reached out to were like, okay, sure, we don't mind. And I told them this is what I want to talk about. And they're like, yeah, we want to talk about that too. And I was like, cool. And so, yeah.
So you just made it happen. I mean, that already is like a huge step for most people, because they're like, can I send an email to them, to these? Can I apply? Should I? Who am I? That kind of stuff. And you just did it. And it's like, that's super cool. And yes. I'm happy that you did.
I think if I thought about it too much, I would have talked myself out of it. I was too like a train, just like going.
Go.
I was so single-minded, focused, like I got to do this thing, that I didn't pause and think, can I? Should I?
At that time, did you have people like surrounding you, being like, "Yeah, go," or people be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Yeah.
No. I was just like, yes, what your idea is very good. I had most of my friends, gamers, my sister, she actually was one that coined the name Melanin. Because she was trying to study medicine, so she was obviously learning a lot of like different words. She was like, "Oh, melanin is like the pigmentation of our skin." She was like, "It should be Melanin Gamers." So she coined the term. But everyone around me was like, "Yes, this is a great idea. You've been talking about it for a while. We've all been talking about doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Do it." So I no one ever said that's a bad idea to me. They just said, "Make sure you know what you're talking about." So, yeah.
Wow.
So, I had very, very supportive people around me who didn't, I guess, tear me down or just make sure, hold me accountable, make sure I've got a very good like panel and talk, but no one was naysaying me,
And even when you were first doing these events, how did you set these up? I mean, where do you begin?
The community hall, they're always doing events, they're always asking people to put events on. I was just like, I'd like to put a gaming event on, but I also want to talk to people at this gaming event. It's not just, I was like, whilst you all are gathered here, there's this problem that we're having. It's called representation. We need more of it. So,
wow. That's super proactive. I love that. It's like you make stuff happen.
I mean, you have to. Like, there's no other option, really.
I agree, but still, I mean, it's something, I need to stick down to give you your flowers for that, because that's rare. It's rare that you follow through on that. It's like, like, just do it. You're the train. Just go. There's no stopping. There's no other way. And you did it.
Thank you.
So it's very much appreciated, and to see that, and it's inspiring. Also to see that you were surrounded by people that were supportive, but also at the same time, indeed, making sure that the panel that you set up was of the quality that it's good. It's really good. So you did that first panel, and what was the response? How did people? What happened?
Oh my god, it still gives me chills to today. Like,
tell me. Take us back to that moment.
That first panel ever, but like, I've done so many panels since then. But that one at EGX, and that's why EGX will always, like, if they ever want a panel, like, I'm there. It was packed out, and I'm an introvert, so public speaking, not really. But I was just like, I know the material, and we ran through it, and it was just being up there and talking about this problem. I was like, this is exactly what I want to be doing. I just felt so like, I don't know, I was filled with like inspiration of just, I'm so glad I did this and I followed through with this, and how people are being so receptive, and the questions at the end, and how so many people came to us like, that was such a great panel. You're right. I can't believe. And it was just like, we should have been speaking about this sooner. This should have happened ages ago. And some people were like, I didn't realize it was such a problem. I was like, what, really? But why would they? It's not your worldview. Of course, why would that be a problem for you? And respectfully, if it is not their worldview, why would it be a problem for them? And I was just like, yeah, it is a huge problem, actually. It's affecting loads of people around the world. So, but it was.
So another thing that I just picked up on what you said, you're an introvert. And you had probably a few hundred people in front of you listening to your story. What happened there? Was it like a switch that you like flipped and like, okay, now I'm good to go, or was it indeed because you were speaking your truth and like vibing with the energy of the universe that you could just
Oh no,
be
I was
you?
scared the whole time.
Okay.
Let me not pretend I got up there. I was like, yeah,
I don't know. Maybe you're like, oh.
No, I was scared. I had a pep talk by my sister, and one of my friends who was on the panel, he was in a mask and he kept the mask on the entire time.
Okay. Mysterious. I like it.
Cool. But he also was really. We were both like racked with nerves.
Wow.
But I was like, I have to do it. So one thing about me, even if I'm afraid, I'm gonna do it anyway. Even if I'm scared to death, I'm still gonna do it. Like that's my approach to like roller coasters. I'm gonna be scared, but I'm getting on. Because
you might be screaming, but you're doing it.
I'm there. Like, and that's something like I don't. My sister always says it's no until you ask. So if you haven't asked, you've already said no to yourself. Like you don't know. So it's like just be afraid, but continue to do it anyway. So I was scared the entire time. I was nervous even after the panel. It took me like a few hours to like the nerves to calm down.
I know that feeling, to unwind and to get like that negative, that nervous energy out of your body. Oh yeah. But so what? I mean, what was the kind of like the professional response? So you had the community that were super happy with what you did, but then you had EGX or sponsors or brands that were there maybe, and that were what happened after that?
Oh, so we had a few developers that were there at the panel, which was why I wanted it at somewhere like EGX, where I knew
smart
developers would frequent. You know, they watch panels like that. So I was just like, okay. And so a lot of emails were exchanged, LinkedIn, and there was follow up to give, I guess, panels at their studios to work with them in different ways and that kind of thing. So the community response was really great, and they were just like, oh, how do we join this? So by that time, we'd set up a Discord because, of course, doing these events, we were growing in numbers. People were like, oh, let's game together. Let's do this together. So it also kind of became a safe space where everyone here, are not problematic. You can game with them. They're not going to cuss you out. And then there was the brands and that sort of thing after our panel went really well, who were there, who were like, oh, we would like to work with you guys on different things. And, and I was just like, it was very proactive of them to also want to be changing. I was like, I want to be working with people who also realize that there's a problem and how do we find a solution? Because let's talk about the problem, but what's the solution as well? Let's like put our heads together, and because that's the next stage. Problem, yes. Solution, what is it?
But so you did an event, you hosted a panel, and brands came to you and be like, let's collaborate. Wow. That's powerful.
It was,
how did you take it from there? I mean, how did you turn that into a business model? Or like
it got turned into
I assume money got involved at a certain point in time, I guess.
It was learning, how do I do this? So I applied for like an accelerator because I was like, I want to also know what I'm talking about. Like I can write, like my degree is in English. I can do a good email. I can write up really great stuff. But like, how do I businessify this idea, and how do we actually get tangible change? Because we're going to be talking about it, but like the next stage is just like fixing it, and how do we do that, and how do I make MG like something that is actually a well-oiled machine? And for that I need to learn how to do it. So I was like, let me apply for this accelerator to like learn how to put a business together. So that's what I did.
And how did that work? So you
I
went online and just
Google.
easy.
That's absolutely okay. You can just learn it. Like someone else has the answer. I didn't like before. Obviously, the accelerator, but I was also talking to other people. So there was Rose who works at Microsoft, and she really helped. So I was just like, Rose, how do I do these things? What do I do? And she's just like, you do this, and that. And that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people were just willing to give advice and support, and that was really amazing to see. And that's why I'm in this position. Like I want to help other people, but they were just very free with the advice that they were giving and understanding. And that's also one of the reasons why I want to do interviews with people like you, because I was like, I also want to hear your story and understand how you came in and your expertise. And I was like, I also want to absorb, like how are you in the space that you're in, and like how are you navigating this space, and how should I navigate this space as well? So it's also was learning from other people. So I definitely, so, and around that time, I don't know if you know Pock and Play, they're UK based.
Yep. Yeah.
They were doing a lot of networking every month. They were doing like a networking event, and so I was like, I should go to like where like-minded people are congregating, and let's all congregate together and learn from each other. So yeah,
I mean, it all sounds so logical, but I think that for a lot of people, that's like, oh yeah. I mean, because I remember when you reached out to me, and I had to get our PR guys involved because it was an interview, and I wasn't really doing interviews at that time. But it was you were super well prepared. You had really good questions, and it was indeed, you were kind of like distilling information from me while giving me a platform to speak about my own story, and it was super smart how you did that. So
you have knowledge. Like, people don't realize just how much you know. Like, you know a lot, and I'm just like, how do I get that knowledge to other people in a platform where they can also consume it? And it's to have access to you, because you're at high level. How do people on the grassroots have access to that high level, and what's the bridge of that? And I think that was also important for me. Like, there's a lot of things I didn't know. Like, I'm into gaming. I'm a writer. A games writer should have been a natural job for me, but I didn't know that career existed until I started Melanin Gamers. So I was like, loads of people don't know this stuff. So how do we get that information as well? How does that information filter down? And how do I also learn from that? So it was just like, how do I spread the knowledge? And how do I also learn? That was one of the ways I thought would be a great way. Yeah.
No, I agree. I mean, that's also one of the things that I'm trying to do with this platform. Again, it's like, share stories that hopefully inspire. I mean, like I said before, during our pre-chat, it's like, even if I do 2 of these sessions per month in a year, that is 24 hours of hopefully inspiring conversations with people that hopefully folks can recognize themselves in and be inspired by. Like, oh, if she can do it, or if he can do it, so can I.
That's true.
Yeah. So at what point? I mean, I think it probably took a little bit after your first panel. At what point did you realize that it wasn't just a small group anymore? It's like it's a business, a global movement, almost. Well, what changed in your approach? How did your approach change, or did you just kept on growing organically?
I think our approach became a little business-minded after speaking to other people, and how like, this is a professional relationships and stuff like that. Because I was like, because again, introvert, I still, it was very difficult to talk to people, and I was just like, what I can do is, let me draft up questions to ask people when I approach them, and I will approach 5 people, then I can leave. I was like, if I talk to 5 people, and if I say a script, and if I learn the script, how do I communicate with people? Because I'm the standing in a corner kind of person when I go to it.
Oh yeah, I'm same here.
But I can't do that. I'm here to network. So I was just like, okay. I had a script, because that was how I started.
Oh hey,
on my phone.
I don't knock a script.
So when I started, it was not the best, because I was just like, oh, hello, my name is Annabel, and I didn't even think
it's nothing. Do you still remember your script? I mean, I don't know.
I'll on my own phone,
Okay.
So I was just like, and I do this, and I really like to, what do you do, kind of thing. So, and thankfully, most people were very nice to me and took pity on the fact that I was an awkward little girl.
Honestly, I don't think it's pity. It's you show interest. It's that. It starts with that. It's like, you, even though you're on your phone reading your script, it doesn't matter. It's like, you have, it's, people like talking about what their passion is. And if you work in the industry, or work in, attached to the industry, you like talking about it with people that are interested in your story. So yeah, it's good that you did that.
Yeah, and I just, thankfully, everyone was very for the most part, I want to say 99% were very good. And sometimes I'd bring Alan along with me as a buffer, because he is an extrovert, and you've met Alan, he can talk for days.
Oh, yeah.
It's so cool. to witness. Like,
Yes. I love these kind of people that are like the social butterflies that can just bounce from one conversation to the next.
I'm just like, how do you do it? It's a skill.
Oh yeah, it is. I always like it's good also to get yourself hyped up to be surrounded by these kind of people that are they just go. Love that.
It's true. And so I was just like, okay, with Alan there, it was also much easier as well. And also sometimes it was telling at some events where it was just they would assume automatically that Alan was in charge and I was his assistant. Like, oh, interesting. Or they would talk over me, and I was like, it's just a very different sort of dynamic when you're with a guy. And I was just like, this is also something I should talk about on a panel, which I did. Experience as a woman in like navigating this field. So that gave me another idea.
So what was your key learning from that talk? Your experience as a woman in the industry?
Just how sometimes women are just spoken over. So a lot of the times when I'd go with Alan, he started to notice this. He was just like, why are they doing it? I was like, it's because I'm a woman. Like, he didn't realize. Obviously, being a man, why would he? He doesn't get spoken over. I mean, no one will speak. Just the look in Alan's eye will tell you not to speak over him. But I am easily to speak over, and I was just like, he would be like, I think my sister was saying something, and then the conversation would come back to me, or I really like this idea. He was like, actually, it was my sister. Like, and then he was realizing he was doing this a lot in different spaces, and he was just like, oh, this is the thing. I was like, it's a huge thing, by the way. A lot of women do this. Where it's like, if I have to raise my voice or speak a little bit, maybe put some bass in my voice, so that I'm heard. And I get spoken over so much, and it's very interesting. I was just like, this should be something that we talk about as women who are in the industry and how they navigate it. So that was when I did the Microsoft International Women's event. I invite different women in the industry, like Shay Thompson and Nissa, Rose as well, and Seema, to all talk about their experiences as women in the industry and how sometimes it's not easy to navigate it, especially as women of color. And so that talk went really well too. So.
I love that you're doing these kind of things. That's great. It's good because these topics, I mean, they are underrepresented as a whole, but they're so important to talk about because it's what people have to, the people are dealing with from a day-to-day basis. It's great. Thank you for doing that.
No, of course. I was very grateful to also give them a platform to talk about what they do as well. And what they're doing is amazing. And I'm just like, I like what you're doing. It's important to show that these people exist and they're inspirational. And
agreed. I mean, I follow Rose as well, and I see all the great things that she's doing, and it's inspiring to see that. It's great. It's more. We need more of that. More of that. One of the reasons why we're building these platforms so that we can get more of the wonderful viewers in to hopefully join our industry or use the network or whatever. Join us. We are Borg. Anyway. So. Like I already said, but last time that we saw each other face to face was at Gamescom last year, where I bounced into you and your brother Alan, and we had a conversation. And cool conversation. It was super chill. I remember. I felt very. It was nice. It was nice seeing you guys there. But how did you? What was the process of getting there? What was from a business perspective? Because you were speaking at DEF CON, I think, and then stayed for Gamescom.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Gamescom, big event in Germany, preceded by a few days of developer talks, DEF CON, and then it leads into the biggest gaming event in the world, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So how did you get there?
That was it was actually a games. This year was DEF CON talk. Last year.
Oh, okay. Sorry. My bad. You talk. You speak at so many events, Annabelle.
First of all, I found out through, I guess, it being in the industry, this event called Gamescom, and they're like, it's huge. It's like, And I was just like, oh, well, then I need to be there if it's huge. And lots of people in the gaming industry are there, and nothing can prepare you for being at Gamescom there. Like, whatever you see, it's like a whole world. It's a mini world of its own. But I wanted to speak at Gamescom about because I was just like, again, the people who were going to be attending, I was like, I want to catch as many people developers, industry
Mhm.
people to continue talking about like diversity in gaming and how we can still be doing more, because we're not going to stop talking about it until the problem is solved, you know. And that's something that I kind of, because I was just like, I don't want to do a talk where it's just like about the Black experience anymore. I just because it was like getting exhausting.
Oh yeah.
But and I pick and choose when I do this, but it's like, if the problem isn't solved, then why did we stop talking about it? Because then people think the problem is solved, and people generally did think the problem was solved. Because Alan used to work in the law industry before he came fully into gaming, and when around 2020, when like Black Lives Matter, everyone was talking about like how do we help out Black people. So we were doing a lot of talks then, and then it sort of pitted out, and I was like, I don't want to do any more talks about Black stuff, like anything. Like I was like, this is getting exhausting. Nothing's happening, and I feel like we're just being this performative activism, and so we stopped doing talks for a while about that. And one of my brother's colleagues at his law firm was like, "Oh, I see you guys don't do talks anything. Is the problem solved in the gaming industry? Is the problem of racism solved within the gaming industry?" And he was straight-faced saying that, and I was like, he was like, yeah, because you don't do the talks anymore. And his other colleagues was like nodding, like, I was like, am I living in the what is I just had no words. I had no words for that. I was like, this cannot be how what people think, that because we're not talking about it anymore, the problem is suddenly fixed. It's like, there's no way. And I was like, no. And the horrifying realization that loads of people were thinking this. I was like, okay, let's go and do a talk again, but let's do it in a way that it's not, one, preachy, because no one listens to you preaching at them, but two, like inclusive. And so I was just like, Gamescom is the biggest platform, one of the biggest. Like, it's GDC, Gamescom, those are some of the biggest platforms for like conferences for gaming. We need to be talking, we need to be spreading the good word. So I was like, that's my next goal. That's where I'm going next to do a talk. So yeah.
Wow. So you approach it the similar ways that you approach EGX. You just send a message.
I drafted up because I was like, the caliber of talks is like, so I saw what talks they did last year. I was like, you guys do like, these are very well thought out, in-depth, data-driven talks. You can't just be telling a story. Stories are good, but you've got to back up with data. So I was like, so the team, we went through the talk a few times. I was like, we had like 3 different pitches that we did. I was like, yeah, I think we settled on this one. So we wrote to them, and they were like, oh yeah, wow.
And apparently it went so well that you were invited back.
Yeah. So when the person who actually said yes to our talk came to the talk, so we met him in person. And he was like, oh, I really liked you guys' pitch, Well, we pitched 3 different talks, and he was like, I really wanted others, but there was something, like someone was doing a similar talk to you, but he liked all the 3 pitches that we did, that I sent out. Wow. And he was like, we'd love to have you guys back again. I was like, yes, please. Of course.
Amazing.
So I was like, yes.
Yeah. But I think, that's when you make a good impression, and when you do something good, we'll invite you back.
Yeah. So like, the talk went well. I'm really happy. It was just so surreal that happened, and but I was also, a part of me was just like, because I was again nervous. It happens every talk. Doesn't matter how many times I do it. But also there was an element of, I knew it would go well as well. Like, I knew that I had it. We researched it. We'd done everything that, like, it went according to plan, and I was like, okay, it was surprising that they didn't ask us back, but also like not surprising a little bit.
So how long did you prepare that specific talk? How long did it take for you?
The actual drafting up and the data and stuff, that took us a few weeks. It took us a few weeks to get all the data. A little bit longer because I wanted to make sure, because we were getting, I think it was Alan needed access to, like, Yuki has so much data for the UK games industry, to get access to that and that kind of thing. So I wanted it all to be on the screen. When we were saying, oh, this is how, like, women in games are, and then there's the data, there's a statistic that is backing up whatever I'm saying. Like, I have to make sure that the data is correct, and we have to double check this. Let's all go through it as well, because I don't want people to be like, oh, maybe it's just your experience. No, it's not. It's actually 9 out of 10 gamers or whatever. Like, I don't want to be questioned on something that I know is true. So I have to make sure that it is. the data is backing up whatever I'm saying. So
Yeah.
it was like it was researched to death, and then we went through it as well. Like it was just like T was crossed and I was dotted, and I was like, this has to be beyond.
That's how you should do it, right? Indeed. Prepare. Did you rehearse the talk? Like did you have the kind of like rehearsal in front of the mirror or something? I've tried that once. It didn't work for me, like having a mirror rehearsal.
We rehearsed as a group, so everyone on the panel, we all go through it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so and sometimes we'll do it at a smaller venue. Like we will do a panel, the same thing somewhere else before we do it at Gamescom. So we did the panel. That was like our third time doing it. So
it's almost like a stand-up comedian like, testing his show or her show before going to do their live. Yeah, agreed. Yeah. But it's. I'm happy to hear that. Yes, because indeed, these kind of things can, if you want to do it well, it takes a lot of time. I mean, I've half-assed these kind of things in the past, and yeah, you can see the difference of when you actually prepare for something. It's good, it's great, actually. Nice. Another thing that I saw from you, I think it was 2 years ago or a year ago, you were in Ghana for a competition, and I follow most of the people that I speak to that I want to feature in these sessions, and I remember seeing that and seeing you like next to government people there, like in the room with the government officials talking about stuff. I'm like, oh my God, how did she do that? Take me there. Well, I mean, please, how did you get Melanin Gamers from UK mostly to being invited to talk to people making stuff happen in Ghana?
The way I started MG, I started there. I was like, what? How did I start MG? I did it with a gaming event. So I put on a gaming event in Ghana. That's how because I'm like ethnicity, I'm Ghanaian. So I was just like, what we're doing in the UK is working. Things are like, I want to do the same thing in Ghana as well. So I went down with my brother and I was like, let's put on a gaming event and see what the gaming scene is like and how we can also help out. And how I would do that is, well, let's do a community event, because that's how I started MG. So that same formula, I took it to Ghana and I put on a community event.
you just put on a community event in Ghana. But
so I went to
a few steps back.
Okay. So obviously I've been to Ghana before a few times on family holidays. I know where the gaming arenas are, because in Ghana, people don't play at home the way we do here in the UK. It's a little bit different. Mostly people play at gaming arenas, cafes, that sort of thing. So I already knew about them from previously going. When I go on holiday, I still need my gaming fix. So I know about these cafes, and I go and we game there. So I knew some people down there who gamed already because of that. Mm-hmm. But again, Google, LinkedIn, that's your best friend. Gaming in Ghana. And I found different people who were working in Ghana, the games industry, and I messaged them. Like Letty Arts, they were working in the gaming industry. Ghana Esports Federation, I was just like, Eagle, I was like, can I meet with you guys? I want to put an event on, if that's all right. Can I put it in your space? Do you know gamers who would come in? Can we work together? And yeah, and I'll be coming down on these dates if we can set something up. So we set something up like before I went down there. And as I said, reaching out to people, it's no until you ask. You might as well DM.
Oh, agree. But still, like that takes. I mean, courage is not the right word, but it takes a vision. Be like, you know what? I see these people making moves. I'm gonna even though I don't know them, I'm basically gonna cold call them or send them a message, a DM on LinkedIn, or send them an invite and be like, hey, what's up?
Literally, I mean, from someone's profile, you don't know people, but you can get a vibe as to this person is actually trying to help, and if they want to work, like, it's two heads are better than one. I love collaborating. I think I've done so many collaborations. Like, it's always better to work with other people who are doing. Like, why do it by yourself? Like, you want to go fast, you go by yourself. You go far, you go with others. I want to go far. So.
Amen to that. So from an operational perspective, so you send that message, they were okay, and then you set up the meeting before you went to Ghana.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You paid for that yourself, I guess. Is that your own money? Was it company money?
It was my own money. I was still working part-time. I had to go part-time. Well, I can't work more than part-time for different things. But I'm working part-time so I could have half of my focus on. I feel like MG is a full-time job. I say part-time, just a full-time job. So yeah, we had a few meetings like, oh, how should like and they were like, they don't do it like through Instagram, they do WhatsApps. They create WhatsApp groups for like when they have events. I was like, oh, okay, learn something new. I was like, that's a bit. Let me not bring my Western ideas to. Is this how you guys do it?
Yeah, exactly. If it works, wow, I didn't know
okay, a WhatsApp group. And they were like, yeah, we take pictures of everyone and then we match it to their name. I was like, okay, that's how you guys do things. I'm here to learn.
Yeah.
So yeah, I paid for like the space, and we were working together. And when we went down there, put on the event, and it was amazing. And so that was the first. So that's when I got to know a lot of the gamers in the scene, some pros and some people who play casually, that kind of thing. And obviously, I kept I was like, oh, can I have you guys' email, or is WhatsApp easier? They're like, oh, email, WhatsApp. I was like, okay, let me create Melanin Gamers WhatsApp Ghana group, so that when I come down,
you can send a message.
Yeah, you guys, okay, we're doing events, and then let me work with other people who are here. How can I help you guys? How can I? Well, we want to do this. I was just like, well, these are some of the contacts I've made. Wow. So, yeah,
it's so impressive. I love that. It's like so super proactive. You're a professional networker. I like that.
I think networking is how I've been able to do a lot of this.
Yeah, it seems like it. You know, you're good at it, especially for an introvert. You're
have the script ready. Remember?
Oh yeah, indeed. You still pick up your phone every now and then and be like.
I mean, now I don't have to know what to say, but I still have to leave with 5 LinkedIn's, and you can go.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, you need to set yourself goals. Whenever I go to networking events, I was at the Cannes Lions earlier this year. I also try to because I'm not a networker. I mean, I'm an introvert as well, so I don't like that kind of stuff. I'm more of like the wallflower. So I need to set myself these goals. So no, I want to walk out of this meeting or out of this event with at least 20 new contacts that I can. Yeah. I mean, maybe I'll never reach out to them, but maybe you will. You never know.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay. So back to Ghana. I'm sure. I mean, you already mentioned WhatsApp was kind of like the way to communicate. That must have been a very impressive WhatsApp group. Were there some other challenges of running a project in Ghana versus doing stuff in the UK?
Oh my God, yes. What? Are you kidding?
It's kind of like
I realized I had privilege. I was like, oh, I'm a privileged person. Oh my God, there were so many challenges. First of all, electricity. It's not like I already know this because of being, but like they can just turn their. Okay, so there's something called light off in Ghana where you've paid your electric bill, but they will just turn the electricity off anyway at any time they want, and I'm like, what? This is anyway. So we had to there was issues with we had to get a generator, stuff like that, like costly things, and then timekeeping. Not the best. Some stereotypes are true. It's not good. I won't say that for Eagle. Eagle is like, if you're late, if you're there, it's 5 and it's 10 seconds in. He is so good. He was one of the people I was organizers. Yeah, he has an arena in Ghana, and he was brilliant with time. But everybody else just strolled in whenever they wanted to, and that happens in the UK, but not on the level it happened in Ghana. And also they didn't want to take orders from me. They were like, they said it plain because we don't take orders from women. I was like, oh wow, my jaw was on the floor. I was like, oh, it's okay, we're out and out with this. And, in the UK, everything is stiff upper lip. I know what they mean, but I was like, okay,
wow,
just out and out. And I was like, oh, well, I'm glad I came with Alan. So
he took care. He took care of that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And so language wasn't a barrier because they do speak one of the local languages fluently, and I understand the other one. So, but everyone speaks English anyway. But that was one of the huge barriers where the being in charge was really difficult because I had to be not in charge because I was like, there's something my sister always says: do I want to be right or do I want to get what I want? Sometimes, if I want to get what I want, I want this to go well. What I wanted to say is that, how dare you? I'm in charge here, and I'm the head of Melanin Gamers. I'm all in you listen to me. That's what. But is that going to give me what I want, which is an event to go well, or should I just let Alan take over in terms of reiterating what I want? And that's what had to happen. So sometimes you have to just dial back the Western "how dare you" and just get with the program.
Exactly, because you want to have your goal and you want to achieve it, and sometimes you have to be flexible in how you approach that.
And this was not the time to be in my feminist sort of hat kind of thing. Like that will be later.
Exactly. Once you own the arena, that's a different conversation. Yeah, I hear you.
I was like, you'll see for me. But then I was like, let me just go.
Excuse me.
Some of the things I had to put up with was like, but I was like,
wow.
Let's bigger picture. And also, I've come down to help, not be really preachy. I was like, you guys, there's so much you guys can do in terms of the gaming industry, and I have to bite my tongue at certain things that people say. We'll get there, but
it's a process, but that's okay. It's okay. But that's the thing. Like, at least you're making moves, even if it's baby steps. Eventually you'll get there.
Yeah,
maybe one day.
It's true. But yeah, it was. So that's how it started with the events, and then I was like, so obviously we were just like, this could be. It wasn't just me, of course. The Esports Federation also had very big ideas in terms of how they wanted gaming to be seen and that kind of thing, and just changing the perspective of gaming to be something that's like people who are doing it who don't have any drive and stuff, which is an idea that people still have even here in the UK, where gamers are like lazy in the basement, stuff like that. Fun fact, we don't have basements here in the UK, so I don't know. That stereotype's gone from America.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, same here. I mean, in Europe, we don't really do. We
don't really do basements. Like, that's not thing.
Not really. I don't think so. I don't know anybody with
basements, but no. Very few people have basements. I don't know how many people have basements. But anyway.
I know some people living in basements, but that's a different thing.
That stereotype is true in Ghana, where it's just like, oh, you're just wasting your time being a gamer. So that also, but the Federation were just like there. They want gaming to be something that people can like work in and aspire to, and like how can we all let's set this up. And with Ghana, you have to get government approval stuff. You see how I was able to just kind of set up Melanin Gamers and here in the UK? That's not. You have to kind of get government approval for stuff like that in Ghana.
Wow.
So that's also another thing I learned. I was like,
and how did you do that? I mean, how did you get that? Like, that seems.
Well, that was working with the Federation. They were just like, let's write again, writing of letters and things like that. I was like, yeah, I can help with that. I'm very good at
exactly. I can do that.
And putting on events and letting them see that this is not just wasting time, but this is it could be educational, it could be like pro scene, that sort of thing, and that's what they wanted to lean into, where they can we can actually make money from this. And there's like pros who are just like going. So with the Federation, other arenas, like the arenas is a really important thing there, like being able to game at spaces. And there's an arena called Arena 233, and the person who owns it, Bada, was very, very instrumental in like helping a group of women go to an all-women Valorant team to go to Riyadh to compete for Ghana. And that was like the first time.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that was like the first time like Ghana was represented all-female Valorant team, and that was with the Esports Federation. They did that with Arena 233. And so it was just like, I love being part of the Federation and how we can all kind of help, and actually talking to government officials about what gaming is. And we all went there like en masse. Like there's a few of us in the Federation to sort of pitch the idea that gaming in Ghana will be a very good thing, and like growing the industry and putting government funding into the industry is going to help a lot of Ghanaians like tap into also international markets, and for them to come here and look at all the different things that we've done. So
I think in general, I think the Western world is sleeping on what's happening in the diaspora in Africa and all the different countries in Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Sierra Leone. I know there's some people making some major moves there, and I think it's great that you're working on that and collaborating with these guys to help uplift that industry there, because there's so much talent. There's so much talent out there.
There's loads of talent. It just needs the right platform.
Exactly. Great. Wow. All right. I think we have 5 minutes left over, so I'm skipping a few questions because I had something else, but it's fine. Anyway, we're having an organic conversation. But if let's say you would have a magic wand and you could fix one systemic issue in gaming right now, what would it be? Or anything in general. I mean, you could also just wish for like loads of money. I don't care. But,
I think. I mean, is money not kidding? If I had a magic wand, I would. One thing that really is grinding my gears, and that was what the panel talk was on, is this anti-woke rhetoric. I would fix that. Anytime there's a woman on the cover, there's a black person, why? That would never happen again. We would all just unilateral. Everyone would just be a gamer. And when you see a game, it's just you want to play this game because the story is good. And if you don't like it, it's because the story is bad or the graphics or anything like that. No more of like this, like, oh, there's a woman, so I'm gonna play this game. Gender wars, racism, like none of that. That won't be a thing anymore. That would be my magic wand of like that systemic racism. That would be gone. That'd be wiped.
I think that's a good one.
Never again.
But you're right. I mean, story should be leading. If it's a good story, if it's a good product, if it's a good experience, who cares who's in it? Who cares? I mean, sure. That shouldn't be the focus. It should be, is it a great product? Is it a great story? Is it a great experience? If not, okay, that's a different conversation. Yeah, agreed.
That's fine, but don't not play a game because you don't want to play as a woman or you don't want to play as a black person. That's outrageous to me. It's actually outrageous. Like, what? And I just, for me, I can't understand it because racism as a concept is illogical. At its core, it's an illogical concept. So it's just like, it makes no sense to me at all. And it shouldn't make sense to anybody who is intelligent.
I think that's an entire conversation to be had. I would love to go into that right now, but that's 2 minutes left. I'm not sure. All right, let's two questions for you. 2 final questions. Was there ever a moment that you almost gave up, and what kept you going?
Moments, plural. What? I so many. I have to pick one. I think getting trolled. MG did in collaboration with Leo Burnett the toxicity rating. Oh my god, the backlash that came from that, mostly from Twitter, which is not a real place. I don't recommend it. But that was really difficult because no one is as persistent as a troll. They will DM you. They will email. I didn't know you can leave voice notes on podcasts on Spotify. Didn't know that was a thing.
Oh wow!
Until a troll said the N-word for a minute straight, and it was just they were following me around everywhere, and they were even like following other people on Melanin Gamers, and I was like, this is becoming low-key dangerous. And I was like, I don't know if it's too much. It's getting too much. And then my brother was just like, learn to rest, not to quit. Like maybe you need to take a step back. Maybe you need to take a week off or this or that. And I was like, yeah, because I can't keep going like this. This has become so much. So that was one of the times I was like, oh, this is
yeah, I can imagine that must have been super stressful. But it's great in that sense that you have a support system around you that is keeping you grounded, or not grounded in that sense, but keeping you sane. Yeah. Because indeed, Twitter isn't a real place. Like online isn't per se a real place, but it can have an impact on how you move and how you feel. Wow. Yeah. That must have been intense. Jesus.
It was intense. Scary.
Okay. Yeah. But you got over it. Did you ever find a troll? Probably not.
Trolls. There was many. There was loads of them.
Yeah, troll. Yeah, exactly.
Mass. We were getting hate rated as well. It was crazy. But I was like, for all the bad comments, there was so many positive ones. Obviously, I also snapped back because you have to clap back, because if you and you don't clap back at per troll because you're just gonna get into Twitter. Just put one statement out as to like, we acknowledged your trolling and we don't care. We're gonna continue.
Yeah,
that's it. And you just move forward. You take a break, of course. You give yourself grace, and then you move forward.
Very smart. All right, final one. All right, when people talk about Melanin Gamers in, let's say, 10, 20 years from now, what do you hope they'll say about what you guys achieved with Melanin Gamers?
I hope that they say that we helped create tangible changes in the industry. Like baby steps are all good, but I want some jogging, some running now. I hope that tangible change was seen and made, and that we also helped get us there. That's what I hope to see in 10 to 20 years' time.
Well, I mean, I think you're definitely making your progress getting there, and I think even baby steps, they add up. Baby steps turn into running. You need to crawl before you walk, before you run, before you fly. I'm not sure. I'm probably butchering that expression, but you know what I'm trying. Yeah. Anyway,
I do know what you mean.
Well, since we're at time, I want to thank you so much, really, Annabel. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed the conversation as well. I think it was fun.
I loved it. It was so much fun. Thank you so much. I want to give you your flowers for a second, please, if I can. You've been amazing, and I've really looked up to you for since I started the gaming industry. You're obviously one of the people I messaged. So I just talk about, I was messaging people that are really nice. You're one of the really nice people who I messaged, who was very receptive.
Thank you.
Person who's messaging wants to interview me, but you were on board, and I was just like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Be the change you want to see, and you are that person. So thank you for being an inspiration as well.
I try to be, but it goes vice versa. Seeing you move and seeing your things is also inspiring to me, and hopefully to the millions of people watching this stream. millions. It's going to go into legendary status. No, but seriously, Annabel, thank you so much for joining, and for the people watching, wherever you are, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for supporting this initiative. We will be back in probably 2 weeks with another wonderful guest. If you like what you saw, please share, all these things. I don't really do promotions for this. If you like it, share it. If you don't want to watch it, I don't know. It's fine. It's all good. I'm just doing it because I want to do it. Alrighty, Annabel, once again, thank you. And we'll talk soon.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.